The woman opens the door and suddenly there's a wall behind it. Not only that, the woman realized that even the windows were blocked by the wall. No matter how hard they hit the wall, it wouldn't budge. What's worse is that the cell phone signal and Wi-Fi have all disappeared. That's when Tim realized that his phone's screen was interfering once he got close to the wall. Olivia reached out and touched the smooth, cold surface. Whispering in denial it wasn't carbon fiber nor liquid granite. The unknown material completely invalidated her expertise as an architect. Olivia then took a power drill to the wall and tried to destroy it, but the drill bit didn't even leave a mark on the wall. Unwilling to do so, Tim turned to the wall next to him, but found that the entire stairwell was sealed by this high-tech wall. Obviously, there was no wall in the daytime yet. It was impossible to seal up the entire building with bricks in one night. Just as the two were in despair, there were subtle knocks and human voices coming from next door. Olivia had the bright idea to raise her power drill and aim it at the wall separating her from her neighbor. A few moments later, a small hole was finally drilled in the wall. They were surprised to find out the wall was not the same high-tech material, but an ordinary brick wall. It turned out that what was blocked by the high-tech wall, it was only the outer structure of the building. The walls between the neighbors remained intact. Through conversation, I learned that the person on the opposite side was also trapped in the room, also surrounded by black walls. They're also trying to figure out if something unusual happened last night. However, no one could give any clues. Everyone woke up with this weird wall already there. There was no sound and no signs of construction, as if it had sprung up out of nowhere overnight, turning every room into an isolated cage. Tim turned on the faucet and not a drop of water remained. He tried to remain rational, comparing the predicament to a game. He thought he could escape if he found the right solution. Olivia sneered coldly. This wasn't one of his boring video games. Her emotions grew out of control, her tone revealing desperation. The tension between the two quickly rose in the confined space. Accusations and quarrels filled the air. It was as if even the space became more suffocating. In the end, Olivia said one last sentence, "We're done," leaving the room alone. Calmly, Tim noticed the magnetic field somewhere in the wall was reacting unusually strongly. He tried to interact with the objects around him, hoping to trigger some sort of mechanism. Olivia is intrigued by his actions. The two begin to combine their efforts to test it.
This is where the magnetic field is the strongest. Looks like it's only squares.
Maybe there is some way we can, interact with it or something. What are you doing?
I'm trying to interact with it.
Soon the wall reacts. Tim realizes the situation is bad and immediately tells Olivia to get down. Once again, the room falls into an eerie silence. Tim and Olivia carefully stare at each other, trying to calm the shock of what just happened. Just then, a violent noise and scream suddenly comes from next door.